today on Divorce Court.
I'm getting referred to as the side chick.
I'm in love with Aaliyah. I come home to her every day. She should understand that there's no other woman that's gonna stand in my way between me and her.
He's been telling me he's gonna file for the divorce for 3 years now.
Marriage is overrated.
As much as I wanna say he's mine, he's really not mine because he still belongs to someone else because he's still legally married to this woman.
I've been married for 8 years. I'm not ready to hop on that saddle again.
I wanna be with him, but I'm not gonna settle.
Me and Aaliyah are soulmates. We should be together.
I want him to prove to not just me, but everybody else, that's not who I choose. I choose you.
Divorce Court is now in session.
This is a dissolution of cohabitation. You two have been living together for 2 years and you have one child together. You do not want to be together anymore. Mr. Jones, you want $750 from Ms. Mole as you separate, and we will talk about that momentarily. But before we do, Ms. Mole, I'm going to start with you. How did we get here today?
Well, today I'm here because I got tricked into being with Mr. Jones. When I first met him 3 years ago, he told me he was still with his wife legally, but he's in the process of getting a divorce. We worked together at the time, and our HR services, they help us with getting a lawyer and everything. So he was just saying, you know, well, the HR is helping me get a lawyer, and I'm gonna get a divorce. They're gonna walk me through everything. They've been separated before I came along for 2 years, living out of the house.
So it was just a matter of paperwork.
Right. So we started dating, everything was fine, everything was cool. A year later, we moved in together. Once we moved in together and everything, I'm like, okay, it's a year later. I know divorces take time. Well, I don't know, I never was married, but I know, you know, maybe it took time. So I said, you know, hey, babe, what's going on with divorce? Now it's so many excuses on why he won't get a divorce. Oh, it's the money issue, it costs this much, it costs that much, we could be putting this money towards our bills, and then it was, oh, I don't see the urgency, it's just a piece of paper. It's just so many excuses on why he won't get a divorce.
In the meantime, in between time, you two had a child together.
No, we just had our child. My son is 5 months, we just had him.
We just had him?
Yes.
So, Mr. Jones, why don't you tell me why you're living with and have a baby with Ms. Mole, yet still unable to divorce your first wife?
Well, Your Honor, I know Mrs. Mole for going on 2 years. We've been dating, and we moved in together. And it's not like she didn't know the situation. She knew beforehand when we was friends. I let her know beforehand, listen, I'm married, but I'm separated. I am planning on getting a divorce.
What's the holdup?
At first, she got to understand, at first, this is my children's mother.
Right.
All right,
This is your children's mother too.
It is, but she has an illness. You know what I mean? She had diabetes. Then it moved into her getting dialysis, and you know.
Is she on your insurance?
I know. This is the thing. I had insurance with the job that I was at, and I told her, listen, I'm not going to move in with a divorce because if I divorce you, I can't put you on my insurance if something happens.
Right.
So if something happened to her, it's so easy for me to go, well, switch it over and put her on it because legally I'm still married to her.
Right.
And I'm trying to, you know, explain to her, like, listen, this is still my children's mother. Like, listen, I got to make sure she's good for my kids to come up because
if she's not good, the kids are not good.
I have girls. They need a mother. I can't raise the girls. I can raise them, but I can't put that woman in them that they need.
Do you have an active relationship with your daughters?
Yes, I do.
Does he?
He does.
Okay.
But can I just say this, John?
Yeah.
He's saying that, you know, it was for the insurance and everything. Now, mind you, I'm still at the job that we was working at. He left 2 years ago. He left the job. So it's not because of the insurance anymore.
Insurance.
It's not because of the insurance anymore. Now he doesn't have the insurance on her. And he's saying, you know, he needs to make sure she's good. Why won't she be good because you're divorced? He's saying he's catering to her feelings. This is an issue that we have. He's catering to the way.
What do you mean he's catering to her feelings?
He's scared because, oh, she's sick, oh, she ill and she's sick and this and that and oh, because she's sick, you know, I can't divorce her. It's gonna break her heart. You're breaking my heart by still being married to this woman.
Well, let me ask you this, Mr. Jones. I'm right with you. If your wife isn't okay, your kids ain't okay. I get that part. But does your wife know that you're living with Ms. Mole and have a baby with Ms. Mole and moved on?
She didn't move on. And, you know, she makes life a little bit difficult for me. You know,
so she knows about Ms. Mole and the new baby,
she knows
but
everything.
she doesn't accept it.
Exactly.
She's still trying to get back with you.
Exactly.
And he won't put her in her place for trying to do those things.
Hang on, Mr. Jones. At some point, don't you have to stand by the decisions that you've made?
I have to stand by every decision I make. And I do. But it's not like I'm a secretive person. It's not like I'm running around here telling her one thing and I'm telling her another. I put my, well, what are we going to call it? Estranged wife or
Estranged.
Separated?
Yeah, estranged wife.
I put her in her place all the time.
What?
Maybe not the way she wants me to. She wants blood drawn.
Right.
This is still my children's mother. I can't be out here disrespecting.
But you're not with her anymore.
I'm not with her.
And if you're afraid of hurting her feelings, when you moved in with her and had a baby with her, all the feelings already got hurt. It's just a matter of paperwork now.
I'm not afraid of hurting her feelings. I'm not afraid, because I keep it 100.
So why don't you want to finalize the divorce?
I do. Now, listen, we're to a place where, you know, it's just us. And I do want to, but right now it's financial.
Divorces are as expensive as you make them. In other words, filing the paperwork don't cost much.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if everybody lawyers up and there are a lot of houses and stuff, then that becomes expensive. But initially, all it is a filing fee and a service fee, which ain't that much.
See, I'm going by, you know, when I'm reading little stuff and I'm listening to other people.
See, anybody who's serious about taking any legal action goes and sees a lawyer.
Exactly.
See, he's not serious about it. I know why you're upset, because he's not serious. If you wanted to get a divorce, you would have talked to a lawyer by now to find out how much it costs.
And just like he said, he put her in her place. He does not put this woman in her place. If I can approach, I have pictures, email of his phone. She calls him, she texts him 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh, Jay, I miss us so much. I'm laying here missing us. He don't respond. He thinks because, but I don't respond. She texts him, oh, Pookie, what you doing? What you doing, Pookie? He don't respond to her. Oh, I didn't respond, though. No, you need to say, stop calling me these names. Stop doing this and stop doing that. That's stopping it in their tracks. And he doesn't do any of that. He doesn't put her in her place at all.
We're going to have to talk about these emails, because this ain't right.
Me and her took some pictures, some racy pictures. She sends them to someone, and the someone knows my wife. She sends the pictures to my wife, and that lights up the fire right there. Bonfire.
Why would you send sexually explicit photos of the two of you to anybody? She's still very attached to you, your estranged wife, correct?
Correct.
And you haven't really done anything to disabuse her, have you? I mean, because all of these texts go unanswered, and she's talking about you're living out your dream with another woman, I still love you, all of that is happening, and your response is silence. How is that not disrespectful to Ms. Mole?
Disrespect? The amount of disrespect that she gives is not...
And we're going to talk about that in a minute. But why don't you tell me why you are not more clear with your ex about your intentions?
And that's the thing. I'm clear. I can't be any clearer. I can't stop someone from doing things that I have no control over. You know, she sends these texts, she has my number. She has to have my number.
Right.
I have no choice in the matter about that. This woman, she loves me. I give her that, but I don't love her the way she wants me to love her. You understand? Right. She's my children. I'm going to keep stressing that.
I get it. I get that. I get that. You don't have to say it. The first time, that's all I need. Ms. Mole, are there any other things that you think that he does or allows that you believe is disrespectful towards your relationship with him?
Yes, the text message, he doesn't stop. He's saying he doesn't have time. He can't control her, and he can't stop it. I feel like he is the control of the situation. What he says goes.
How?
I feel like if he says one time, listen, you need to stop, you need to respect. She goes as far as even texting the children. That roly-poly fat is not your mother.
How?
I'm your mother.
How am I supposed to stop it?
Why don't you stop it? Why don't
But Ms. Mole, let me say this to you. You cannot control another person's conduct. If someone is bent on interfering in your relationship, the only person who can stop them interfering is the two of you. And that means Don't let her come between you, no matter what she does to you. Are you with me on that one?
Yeah.
He can't stop her. I need you to tell me about her temper and her anger that you say is driving you away in the face of these complications.
Well, first of all, Your Honor, let's get back to the disrespect. She lit the fuel. She threw the fuel on the fire.
What'd she do?
Me and her took some pictures, some racy pictures. Some pictures that, you know, adults do sometimes, you know.
Right.
She sends them to someone, and the someone knows my wife. She sends the pictures to my wife, and that lights up the fire right there. Bonfire. Forest fire.
Why would you send racy? I don't even care if this person knows the wife or not. Why would you send sexually explicit photos of the two of you to anybody?
You know what? It wasn't anything of me. You can't see anything. It was just him. And he's just
Which is even worse.
He's telling you this story, but he's not telling you the whole story. When we first started dating, he had a girlfriend that he refused to tell me about.
No, she knew about it.
Stop.
Once I found out about this woman, she texts me and said, "Oh, he says you're a woman, you're a female from work." So I sent her the picture. I said, "Does that look like I'm just a female from work?" She goes back and texts the wife and says, "Oh, whatever she says." And then this is the thing. He comes home and he said, he's chewing my head up about it. Why would you send this picture? And then he calls the wife. He says, "Why would you do that? Why would you send the picture?" I just got my head chewed off. I lit the fire. I should have never sent it.
She's the root of the problem.
But I should have never sent the picture. But this
He
goes
was
back
nicer
to
to her
him.
than
He
you
was
were.
bashing me, and then she's the one, and she's not just showing it to him. She's the one going around. Now she's lying, going around telling everybody that got an ear. Oh, he was doing this to me when we were still married, when we were still together. To this day, this was 2 years ago. To this day, she's still sending a picture telling the people about, this picture and saying it was her. She's saying it was her. He did this on her.
I got you. I got it.
But she knows how she
No,
is.
stop it. Now I want to turn to the issue of her temper and her rage, and you will address that.
I'm getting out the car. There's a female behind us. And all of a sudden, boom, she jumps out the car. What you say? All this in her face. Like, come on, dude. Come on. Like, we don't need
Can you
this.
explain your behavior? You say she gets grossly out of pocket when she's angry. Could you give me some examples of what she does?
She gets angry, loud, a dash of ratchet, all that.
Well, tell me about the dash of ratchet.
Say we pull up to the chicken shack. You know what I mean? We pull up to the chicken shack. Right after work, we hungry.
You at
Let's
the
go get some
chicken shack.
chicken. I'm getting out the car. There's a female behind us, 2 of them in the car. Whatever they're saying, I have no clue what they're saying. They're not talking to me, but for some strange reason, she thinks they're talking to me. And all of a sudden, boom, she jumps out the car. What you say? All this in her face. Like, come on, dude. Come on. And I've never seen the side of her before. This was my first time, and I'm like, and I'm standing there like, what to do? And I don't understand because she's reading her rights. The driver's sitting there looking at me. I'm looking at them. They're looking like this. I'm going like this. I'm like, come on, man. Like, we don't need
Can
this.
you explain your behavior?
This lady is I'm trying to park, and she's like so into his face, and what are you looking back at her for? That was my issue. You were sitting there, y'all glazing in each other's eyes for a second. I wanted to know what was the issue. She said something very rude to me.
They were gazing in each other's eyes at the drive-in at the chicken shack.
Yes, and I'm like,
really believe that.
Maybe
Judge,
he knew her or something.
I was getting out the car.
And I was already frustrated from something that happened with something that was going on.
Give me another dash of ratchet.
Oh, my goodness.
I want another dash of ratchet. One more, just one more.
Oh, my goodness. Something ratchet, here you go. Let's add to the fire. We're going to a store.
Right?
She sees something she liked. I think it was like a keychain or something. So she has it, ain't this nice, babe, da-da-da-da-da-da. We go in, we check out, we walk into the car, and she's swinging a keychain. And I'm like, wait a minute, I don't remember purchasing this keychain. Where you get that? She was like, what they don't know won't hurt them. I'm like, yo, son, what are you doing? I go to this store every day. Like, what are you doing?
Ms. Mo, do you care to explain that dash of ratchet?
The keychain was like $14. Like, I just spent like $100 in that store. I deserve a free keychain for all that money.
And I'm the problem. And I'm the problem. I got a lot of obstacles here.
Let me tell you what I think the problem is and what you need to do about it. Ms. Mole, let me tell you the problem that we women have. The problem is that we are far too willing to latch on to a guy, available or no, and make the other women in his life who may have preceded her the problem. And any woman out there that might get anywhere near him are a problem. And you become a crazed individual trying to secure this guy, and you believe that the rest of womandom is going to snatch at him like you did when he had a wife and a girlfriend. That's how your world runs. So you'll always be afraid and you'll always be angry. And the woman at the chicken shack will always make you mad because we have a certain system in which we have failed to respect and dignify one another. We have found male companionship so compelling and so demanding and maybe so rare, I don't know, that we will do any undignified thing to be with one. And that's our fault. I think this guy loves you. I think this guy feels guilty as all daylights about his wife. I don't know what kind of roaming he does and why his marriage with his first wife ended. I can't label you a good guy, I can't label you a bad guy. I do label you as a guy that takes advantage of the situation that you got a whole lot of women and a whole lot of options and you take them as you please. You're living the life of a polygamist. You know, you've got this one woman, you're married to her, you're nice to her, you're calm, you keep it all cool, and right over there you say it's because of the kids, but it's really the easiest road for you and for your conscience. You had that other girlfriend, I don't know why that other marriage ended. I'm sure that girl had something to do with it or some other girl or something like that. Then this one got along, she got you close enough, she got you in the house, had a baby with you. Now you're trying to secure your position. As long as we're fighting each other like that, he will remain a polygamist and he will never suffer for it. You'll never get what you want and we'll all be angry all the time. I don't know the answer to that problem. I can't get mad at him because he's not divorcing her. I can't get mad at you because you believed him. All I can say is woe is us unless we decide to do something else. Best of luck to the both of you. This matter is adjourned.